Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to be here this afternoon, and I'm so glad to be telling my story. Again, I'm going to reintroduce myself. My name is Tinu Lawal, and I'm always so proud to say that I'm a mother of two undergraduates. I love them to the moon and back because they were there for me when I was diagnosed of cancer. They're the only ones that I have, and they're the ones that I think of every time. So I get so emotional when I'm talking about them. Yes, two undergraduates, beautiful undergraduates. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm a full member of the UICC, the Union for International Cancer Control. I'm also a member of the Reach to Republic Breast Cancer International. I'm also a member of the Advanced Breast Cancer Global Alliance, and all these are international organizations. I've had to travel and join the moonwalk in Scotland to advocate against breast cancer. I've also had to join the Avon Breast Cancer Walk to advocate against cancer. I've gone to the Reach to Republic International Conference, and I'm so glad that I'm here today. I'm talking to you. Um, 8 years ago, when I got diagnosed of cancer, I never thought I would be here and I'll be addressing the public. But glory be to God, I survived cancer. My name is on the wake up list, and I've been able to turn my lemon to lemonade. Apparently, my diagnosis came at a time in Nigeria when it was so difficult for women to talk about their private parts. Women were not coming out to talk about their cancer. They were not coming out to talk about breasts, because back here in Nigeria, in Africa, it is generally a thing of shame for you to come out and say that you have a disease in your breast or in any other part of your body. But this happened to me, and it happened at a time when there was Ebola in Nigeria. I was just home that day, like you, like any or every other person in Nigeria. We hardly go for medical checkup, and because I'm quite healthy, I feel that I'm quite healthy. I never went to the hospital for medical checkup. In fact, at the time that I was diagnosed, I think the last time I went to the hospital was like 12 years when I had my 12 years to that time when I had my last child, and it was just to see the doctor that delivers my baby. So when it happened to me when I was home, and somehow my hand went to my breast, and I discovered the lump. It was the last thing I ever expected. I'd only heard, the only thing I knew about cancer then was that it starts from a lump. And truly, in Nigeria back then, a lot of people know nothing about cancer apart from the fact that they know cancer kills. That's all that they know about cancer. They don't really know that nobody knew so much information about cancer. In fact, people never wanted to listen to cancer. It was at the time when cancer was a stigma. So saying that you have cancer, people will look at you like the enemies, or you've been xed by the enemies, or it's some kind of voodoo or something, or God just hates you, or God wants to punish you. So when it happened to me, I was scared for like 3 days. I couldn't touch it again, and I I went on Google too. But when I got to Google, Google told me two things. It says it can either be benign or cancerous. Of course, because I hardly fall ill, I assumed mine was non-cancerous. It was benign. I waited in the house. I was scared to go to the hospital because I wasn't ready to go to the hospital and then contract Ebola. Then it was the first case of Ebola was discovered in the hospital in Nigeria, and so the hospital for me was a no go area. So when Nigeria was finally certified free of cancer, I decided to go to the hospital. And on getting to the doctor, the only one I knew, who was the person that delivers my babies, my gynecologist, he checked it and referred me to a lab for a mammogram. I did the mammogram, and guess what? The mammogram came out and said it was benign. And of course, I didn't expect it to be anything else. But I was advised to remove it because if I didn't remove it, it could turn cancerous. So I went and I did a lumpectomy. Apparently, The lumpectomy, I got the specimen, and I was told to take it for histopathology. The histopathology was what came out and announced it as cancerous, and that was how my story started, my journey started. Now, I'm not going to bore you with the story because I've told this several times. A lot of people in Lagos know me, a lot of people in Nigeria to have heard my story, but I'm just going to go quickly to what the topic of this program is all about. The topic says life after cancer. I thank God again. I lived. I'm living to explain how it's been all. It's all been all since then. I'm happy that I was able to turn my lemons into lemonade. These days, when people see me, they see a bold, they see a confident woman. But I'll tell you that my confidence has been God and nothing else. My confidence has been my creator, who has been my support, my pillar in all of this from the beginning to the end. And he gave me a promise that if I should go out there and share my story to help other people, he would restore me back to the healthy Tinu that I have always been. And today I can tell you that I am 100% healthy. Now, what I thought was the worst discovery in my life turned out to be the best discovery of my life. Discovering the lump signified cancer was in its early stage. I lived in denial for almost 2 years, which could have led to a time bomb waiting to blow or explode. Between this time, I met the wrong doctors, which made it difficult for me to make a decision about treatment in Nigeria. I wanted to travel abroad by all means. And so I only did lumpectomy without treatment. Exactly a year after this lumpectomy, the cancer came back in the same spot. At that point, I knew there was nowhere to run to. I began to hide it and kept living in denial. But when God was ready, when He was ready to help and solve my problem, I met the right doctors.